Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Kavanaugh's Corner. Today on the show I'm going to be reviewing a movie that I've had a kind of a love for this movie for many years, and it's another one of these little-known movies. Some people have seen it, some people haven't. In the career of the director of this film, it's definitely one of his lesser-known films. But I talked about this movie a long time ago on a video that I did about movies that are not on Blu-ray that really should be on Blu-ray. And it's so funny because Shout Factory has put out quite a few of those movies on Blu-ray since that video has come out. And my conspiracy is that they have watched that video and they've kind of said, oh yeah, we should do that one too. But this is a movie that I had on DVD for a long time. That DVD was out of print for a long time as well. Then I just recently found it on a sale from Shout Factory, and that movie is Someone to Watch Over Me, with Tom Berenger, Mimi Rogers, and of course the great Lorraine Bracco. She is excellent in this movie. And really everybody does a really good job in this movie. But this is a movie directed by Ridley Scott, and it's one of his lesser-known movies. It really wasn't a giant hit. Critic-wise, it was, you know, somewhat well-reviewed, kind of. But I really enjoy this movie. I think this is a really well-made movie. I think this is a spectacular movie. The cinematography in this is excellent, and I just love the look of New York City in this movie. And Ridley Scott is definitely still in his kind of like Blade Runner mode, even though this takes place in the time that the movie was filmed in. It's definitely not futuristic in any ways, but it's still a very, very entertaining film. It's a very exciting film at times, and I think this is probably his most human story that he's ever done, because you can really understand the characters and their motivations, and you know, people make mistakes, and you know, people are redeemed, and it's a very good movie. Tom Berenger is the main actor in this film, and the reason why I'm all dressed up is because he is dressed up a lot in this film. He wears a lot of nice suits and ties and stuff, so I figured I might as well wear a fancy outfit for this video. But this is a really great movie, and I've always enjoyed it, and I'm so glad that it is finally on Blu-ray from Shout Factory. Now, this did not come out recently. I think this did come out a few years ago, but I still, for some reason, missed it. I didn't pick it up when it came out, but I got it now on their sale, and it is just a one-disc Blu-ray. Again, this is just the inside of it here with the Blu-ray disc, and a nice little insert with all the Shout Select films that are on there, and I've reviewed a bunch of them on this channel. And Shout Factory has done a really good job with these movies. I really do like the look of the films that they've done. Their remasterings have been mostly pretty solid. This one is definitely one of the best ones. I have to say, this movie, in terms of audio and video, looks absolutely spectacular. Again, this is only a 1080 Blu-ray, but I have to say, this compared to the old DVD, there is no comparison whatsoever. This new high-definition transfer is excellent, and I have to say, it is beautiful. The black levels on this Blu-ray are spectacular, and that's a very important thing because there are a lot of night scenes, a lot of smoky interiors, a lot of night scenes out on streets, a lot of stuff like that. But the stuff at night does look fabulous. The shots of New York City at night look excellent. And the one thing I have to say is that this movie really does speak volumes to Ridley Scott's direction, because even though it is a very simplistic story of a cop, you know, assigned to guard a wealthy socialite who has been a witness to a crime, it's a very simple story, but the way Ridley Scott directs this movie is marvelous, and it has a very, very intense ending that I've always been a fan of. even though you can kind of see it coming from a mile away. It is a very, very intense finale, and man, I'll tell you, this Blu-ray is a screamer. I love the look of this Blu-ray. They did a fabulous job remastering this movie. I'm pretty sure, I think it's a 2K intermediate, but still it's a 1080 Blu-ray. I watched it upscaled to 4K, and I have to say, it really does hold up in that 4K upscale. It really looks excellent. I have one little bicker with this Blu-ray, and that is the audio. Now, the audio on this disc is the original stereo master sound. It's a DTS HD stereo mix. It's a 2.0 mix, and it is not fantastic. It is the original audio, plain Jane. I don't think they cleaned it up at all. My only problem with this is that original audio is just a little too quiet. I had to pump it up just a little bit, but, you know, in the end, it's the original audio. I'm glad that they at least included that. I really think this movie would have benefited greatly from an upgraded audio, whether it be a 5.1, anything like that, I think would be upgraded. This movie definitely does not have enough to warrant an Atmos mix or anything like that. This is not that kind of movie, but I think it could have been a lot better with an upgraded audio. But again, you take what you get. Sounds okay. Dialogue not as clear as I had hoped. Sound effects sound great, but the dialogue, I had to crank it up just a little bit. It was a little too quiet, but again, it is what it is. I'm just glad to have the movie on Blu-ray. Now, the other thing about the Shout Select series, this is number 69. Insert joke there. But this is in the Shout Select series. And the one thing I have to say about the Shout Select series is that they are hit or miss with these movies. I reviewed Shakedown a while back, another kind of like cult classic movie with Peter Weller and Sam Elliott. And that movie had a couple really great special features. I also recently reviewed another Shout Factory release, Lake Placid, which had a good amount of special features on it. This only has really 2 special features. There's an interview with the writer, which I think is interesting enough, and then there's an interview with the director of photography, Stephen Poster, and that part really got me because the photography in this is great. That little featurette alone, I thought, was probably the most interesting thing, just because it talked about filming the movie and things like that, and to me that was very entertaining. However, that's pretty much all you get. That's it. There's not much in terms of special features, but again, what you get is not bad. Now, I'm glad that I picked this up on sale, because in all honesty, if you're not a fan of this movie, then this isn't going to change your mind at all, but it looks great. For a fan of the film, I had to pick it up. I was just glad that I got it on sale, because there's a few things about this disc that really don't warrant a full $25, $30 purchase for this. I really like the movie. If you love the movie, it's definitely worth it, but I'm glad I picked it up on sale. I recommend you do the same. Someone to Watch Over Me, Ridley Scott movie, an excellent, excellent movie, a pretty good Blu-ray. Like I said, the picture on it is great, the sound is and the special features are okay. I was hoping they'd do more, maybe interview Ridley Scott, but then again, he's Ridley Scott. He doesn't always have time for these kind of things, especially for a movie of his that didn't really do very good. But I like this movie. I recommend seeing the movie any way you can. I really enjoy this movie, especially Lorraine Bracco, and this is fabulous. And that's pretty much it for today for Kavanaugh's Corner. I recommend you pick it up. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to. And again, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. As always, I'm Andrew Kavanaugh. If you like these videos, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so I can bring you more content like this. Until next time, take it easy.